7:44 in Trinidad and Tobago. Well, auditions for TNT's Next Superstar, it's an event put on by the Trinidad and Tobago Youth Ambassadors. It takes place on January the 14th at the Tranquility Government Primary School from 10 o'clock in the morning. If you want to be part of it, if you want to be involved in the event that goes all the way to the finals in February, persons must be between the ages of 12 to 29. There's a $75 registration fee for the auditions, and here to give us more information, we have two personalities from the Trinidad and Tobago Youth Ambassadors. Stasha Massiah is an executive secretary, and Fidel Iwueke is a youth ambassador. He's originally from northern Nigeria, I should point out, but his home is Trinidad and Tobago for the last 9 years. One of these days we have to do an interview in Igbo, which would help me to better understand the language of so many of our ancestors who now make our homes in Trinidad and Tobago after all these many years. Good morning to you both. Good to have you here on the program. So let's get all the basic information out of the way immediately. Stasha Massiah, tell us, if people want to be part of this, what do they have to do?
So in order to properly register yourself for the competition, we advise that you email us directly either at ttnextsuperstar@gmail.com, or you can check the Facebook page and message us directly there as well, Trinidad and Tobago Next Superstar. And by doing so, you'd be able to pre-register yourself, and that will be the $75 registration fee. Otherwise, if it is you come in on the same day and you're registering on the same day, it will be $100.
So $75 in advance. So you save $25 by registering in advance. Fidel, you're now a member of this organization. Why do you see an event like this as being important in helping to promote youthful talent in Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, of course, I'm always an advocate for anything that has to be youth-wise. And I think it provides an opportunity where youth can express their talent. I mean, I myself am a spoken word artist, right? I understand, competitions and, the opportunity it creates. It's competitive, yet friendly, and of course, you learn a lot more.
And this will be the second edition of this event. From the first experience, how did that go? If you're talking about gauging the success of the first one as you look forward to the 2017 edition.
The first event was generally successful in terms that we did get what we strove to achieve. We did get our members to be able to be exposed to a new realm of the music industry. We did get them to be able to compete together. They networked with each other. Everything was successful in that aspect. Would we have liked a better turnout? Yes, but we hope that this year we'd have a better turnout and more support from the nation towards helping achieve that goal of promoting what we're trying to do with regards to local artists, and specifically the youth who are trying to promote what it is we're doing.
And give me your perspective on the role of the Trinidad and Tobago Youth Ambassadors. Do you see it as something that's very effective in helping to promote youth, because there are so many negatives associated with youth and youth culture in Trinidad and Tobago and worldwide? We have the issues with violence and so many negatives that are highlighted that go viral in next to no time. How do you see your role generally as a youth ambassador?
Generally, the organization itself is comprised wholly and solely of youth that fall within the age bracket of 12 to 29. And in so doing, we are able to push forward a new avenue for youth to be able to do more with themselves, and not only for themselves, but for the community on a wider basis. And with activities such as this, such as the Next Superstar, we are able to show that youth are able to not only do things for themselves, but to also push forward what is local, our local aspects, our local history, and to be able to promote that and push it forward and do it for themselves and get people involved and communicate whatever their issues are. Because what we try to do mainly is to be a bridge between the youth and the wider society. And in doing so, activities such as this, we're able to get youth to voice their opinions in what Calypso and soca is originally supposed to be. Calypso is known to be something that people are able to voice what they know, voice their opinions, voice how they feel, voice what they want. So we hope that through activities such as this and the whole interactiveness and the engagement of the youth to the existing artists and the existing producers, the existing industry, we're able to get that bridge, we're able to get everything together through these
to
things.
add to that, there's always a stigma that youths can't go about doing things, right?
Yeah.
And we create that professional idea that youths could put forward competitions like this. We have also have many other projects which were successful. It's all about giving back to a community, and as youths we are catalysts in making a change.
And how do you feel about when you see so many negatives portrayed about young people in Trinidad and Tobago? I mean, coming from your original homeland, Nigeria, now you've settled here in Trinidad and Tobago, and you see so many negatives that go viral. We all know about the impact of social media and so on. How does that make you feel as a young person in Trinidad and Tobago?
I mean, it saddens me sometimes, but it doesn't take away the fact that there are people out there, there are youths who are striving and doing positive things. I know the media likes to highlight, the negativity, but there are a lot of positive things happening. If you just pay attention to them and reach out and ask about non-profit organizations, ask about joining the youth involvement. How can you assist? That way you get into a realm whereby you see youths doing positive things, and that will change and this make you think over, are youths really that bad? Because honestly, I think we're not bad. We're not bad at all.
It's an interesting perspective, because sometimes I wonder if young people feel overwhelmed by all of the negativity that is portrayed in reflecting them, and that might be a discussion we could have at another time. But we want to remind everybody again, we're talking about Trinidad and Tobago's next superstar. It's the Auditions. It's going to be on Saturday, the 14th of January from 10 o'clock in the morning at Tranquility Primary School. Registration fee is $75 in advance. It's $100 if you come on the day without registering. By the way, registration forms are available nationwide at public libraries, at district youth offices, at youth facilities, secondary schools and tertiary institutions. You can also call 764-7030. That's 764-7030. And by the way, I should mention that it's only original compositions in the genre of calypso and soca is allowed. $10,000 in prizes to be won, by the way. When will the finals be held for the event?
The 18th of February.
So that's going to be really deep into the carnival season.
Yes.
But towards the end of the month, of course, will be the carnival itself. And you were hoping for, as you said, a larger attendance the first time. Based on the initial interest that have been shown, do you feel that there's going to be a greater turnout this time around?
Yes, we do hope so, and we can't see it happening because this time around we learned from our mistakes last year. So this year we're making sure to have different marketing strategies. We're making sure to have different things in place to be able to cushion any downfalls that we may have this time around. And also we have better support from within the organization. We have better support from our families. We have better support from our friends. So with all these things put together, we are sure to have a more successful and very entertaining show.
Let's get a final word as well from Fidel, Iwueke. An event like this, it involves a lot of work, a lot of sacrifice of time and effort. At the end of the day, based on your own effort that and the organization would put into it, do you get satisfaction from the end result, whether it's a huge attendance or a small attendance? Do you get real satisfaction from it?
Of course, there is satisfaction in it. As you said, we're pushing local, we're pushing an industry, and an aging industry in terms of calypso and soca, especially on the calypso side, where you see the Asian population involved in that. We're trying to encourage our youth, encourage new talent. I mean, if there's one participant there, that goes further into the industry, we can say, hey, he started from TNT next superstar, and that is something that resonates within us. That
Indeed.
in itself is success.
Absolutely. So we've given you all the information as well. Who knows, maybe one of these days, maybe not this time around, but the next edition, you might get Fidel doing a composition in Igbo that could present a different perspective for all of us, because it is very much a melting pot, this place called Trinidad and Tobago, as it has been for hundreds and hundreds of years, and that's why it is indeed an interesting place in more ways than one. So you've gotten all the information, as we mentioned already, and let's hope all goes well with the auditions, that you get a good turnout, and it turns out to be a very successful event, the next superstar heading into 2017. News coming up, and then I'll be back to wrap up the show.